So when we lose our mojo, it sort of catches us by surprise because we not only didn't notice when that hum stopped, but we don't actually know how to turn it back on. And that's a problem for us. This is Katie Gordon, and you're listening to the Wait is Over podcast. Welcome, health and freedom seekers. Sit back and relax as you come on this journey of overcoming obstacles so you can lose weight, gain health, and live the life you've been looking for. Hello, freedom seekers, and welcome to this week's show. I'm your host, Katie Gordon, and the wait is over with Dietless Living 360 degrees. There's no recipes, food regimes, or exercise programs to follow. This is simply about how to take your life back, how to take control, because we all have a voice and we want to be heard. We want to forget about dieting, focus on living, and lose weight. And to do that, we need to develop our personal health leadership skills and create a new state of mind. A state of mind that moves us beyond the obstacles and challenges of our life and our own unconscious programs, because it's ultimately what's really impacting on our weight and health and causing habit relapse. And the purpose of this podcast is to share with you what I learned over 25 years in dieting hell and spending over $100,000 working out how to step into dietless living. So tell me, have you lost your mojo? And how do you find your mojo when it's gone? I mean, we've all lost it at some point. We all get to certain stages in life and we can barely peel ourselves off the couch or peel ourselves out of bed. And it's because our beautiful mojo, that thing that gets in and gets us going, has suddenly disappeared. And we really know when we've lost our mojo, don't we? It's not just like a day or a week or a moment where you sort of go, I just don't feel into it today. When we've lost our mojo, when we've truly lost our mojo, life just feels bland. Our inspiration feels like a pool that's dried up, and we don't feel like we're connecting with ideas or people or places or any of the situations in our life. And we don't even feel like we're connecting with ourselves. And that's what leaves us feeling low. You know, we start to feel low in our self-confidence. We start to feel like we're don't really have a great image of ourselves. We stop dressing so well. And we often feel that we don't have the ability to do the things that we've, previously been scooting through with great confidence. And it's this lack of mojo, right? That's our juice. And we really want to get that back. But what's really missing when we lose our mojo? Have you ever really thought about that? Like, what is it that's actually missing? And what I think it is we're actually missing that hum. I remember hearing a lady talk about the hum, and I thought, yes, that's exactly what it is when your mojo's on. It's this inner hum and you're just buzzing along on life and you're feeling pretty good, even if you're not feeling very energized, or even if you've got pressures and stuff, you've still got this hum that's pushing you and guiding you through whatever you've got to get through the day. You're connecting to your ideas, you're seeing how to problem solve things, and that hum is that wonderful, indescribable feeling that gets into our very being and gives us the impetus to get up and go. So when we lose our mojo, it sort of catches us by surprise because we not only didn't notice when that hum stopped, but we don't actually know how to turn it back on. And that's a problem for us, because we all have to deal with life. Life's not always sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. And it's our mojo that gets us through. And, feeling exhausted is a real thing. Or is it? I suggest that when we lose our hum, what we actually lost first was hope. Hope that something in our life will change enough that we can experience something new. Something new is what seems to give us this humming along. It's like a car humming down the highway when you're just sitting there and you can feel all the pistons firing. And I think we simply just get tired of pushing through the same stuff day in, day out, and constantly pulling ourselves up by the bootstraps. And for what sometimes, so we can do it all again tomorrow. That's when the hum is starting to go out. And this is where you need to kind of keep an eye on yourself. How's my hum today? Did I wake up with my hum? In a recent podcast, I invited you to check in with yourself each morning as soon as you open your eyes and ask yourself, what is it that I actually want? And this is all part of being connected to your hum, because we paint ourselves into these corners and there just comes a point where it's all a mess and we don't know how to get this shit going again. We don't know why it's not working for us anymore. And something's literally got to change, but we don't know what to change. And it happens over a process. Sometimes it does happen fast, but really it sort of happens over a time period. And the problem is that we don't know how or what to change. And so the question becomes, how do I replenish my energy? How do I bring back my happy? How do I recover my mojo while I am still living this same life, this life that is either flatlining or is so chaotic and full of disorder that we've kind of lost our way? And the good news is that health, life, and work recovery is absolutely something that you can obtain. But you have to change. And that's the real thing. You have to change. We all want things to change, but we don't want to change. We want to take a magic pill. We want to go on a holiday. We want to change jobs. We want to change relationships. We want something to change, but we're not doing the changing. And the reality is we can change while we're still living in all of these places, in all of these situations, and with all of the same people. And that's the key to getting back on top of your mojo, to really finding your stride and reigniting your hum. It's how we recover ourselves and not just get our mojo back, but to do things differently going forward so that you don't paint yourself back into that corner again, because that's what we do. And it's about finding your freedom. And once you decide enough is enough, and you grab those reins and you take back your life and you develop your personal health leadership skills and steer yourself in a new direction. That's how you make change. You have to change from the inside out. And that's what Dietless Living is all about, making those changes. It's about stepping up, grabbing those reins, stepping into the driver's seat of your life, building your personal health leadership skills every single day. You can do it. You have the internal resources to do it. And, the reality is it just isn't going to happen by osmosis. You really do have to get in, get your hands dirty, and start molding the clay of your life and get in and do the work. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, leave us a comment, and share it with a friend. And if you need more help with this, just book in for a private session and let's just get it done this week, because life is for living and an ounce of adjustment is always easier to implement than 20 pounds of change. It's time to find your freedom and enjoy the life that you've been looking for.